Bringing back iconic nameplates is the current trend in the automotive world. But little did we know that Land Rover would successfully resurrect a model that no one thought they needed, but certainly deserved. SUVs and crossovers are all the rage right now. But besides the traditional competitors in this market, there wasn't anything new and exciting that could further develop this segment even more until the Defender arrived at showrooms. With no primary rivals from European brands in this price range, from BMW, Audi, and Mercedes-Benz, the Defender is an inflection point between luxury crossovers and body-on-frame SUVs, playing both sides of the table to be one of the most interesting Land Rovers to be built in recent history. So here are 5 reasons why you should buy a 2023 Land Rover Defender. Land Rover truly made a statement with the return of the Defender in more ways than one. In an era where Ford has reintroduced the Bronco, Jeep not making any significant changes to the Wrangler, and every other competitor gradually getting more expensive, the Defender has seized on the opportunity to solidify its place in this market. For starters, the Defender can be configured as a 2 or 4-door, but if 2 rows just isn't going to cut it, the 130 with the addition of a 3rd row makes the Defender far more family-friendly than the alternatives out there. With the wide range of packages, variety of seat upholsteries, and engines available, you can spend hours configuring your dream Defender. Other aspects that we'll get into throughout this quick buyer's guide is that the Defender is multi-dimensional, and despite being purpose-built, it finds itself right at home on the pavement as much as it does off-road. Whether you're the type of buyer who might be a bit bougie, or genuinely someone who wants to get closer to nature, this SUV fits the mold of those who drive and own this vehicle. When it pertains to performance, the Defender is unique in a sense, where you have the option to choose a 4, 6, or 8-cylinder powertrain, all of which brings different driving characteristics that we think determines what the main purpose of this SUV is for you. For a number of reasons, including pricing, a Defender with the 4-cylinder might be where you'll feel the most adventurous, as on-road performance leaves a bit more to be desired. The steel wheels for both the base trim and the S are more suitable when taking on the elements, and it'll be a bit easier to stomach if you scrape them. The same goes for the 6-cylinder model, where you still may feel comfortable exploring the paths less traveled. And then with the V8 Defender, this is your alternative to a G-Wagon, Porsche Cayenne GTS or Turbo, and BMW X5M. In regards to commuting and taking road trips, the 6-cylinder is the sweet spot, as you have an adequate amount of performance with 395 horsepower and a sub 6-second 0 to 60 time. Available air suspension is also going to provide a plush and comfortable ride, considering the Defender's rugged attributes. However, we had the most fun driving the V8, as the grunt and muscle of this engine that's paired with an 8-speed automatic and loud exhaust gave this SUV a more boisterous personality. While not the most dynamic in the corners, the Defender doesn't feel like you're driving a truck like the G-Wagon or Cadillac Escalade, and we think in general that this Land Rover is easy to adapt to for all ages and demographics. Land Rovers in general have evolved over time, transitioning to being status symbols rather than making a statement in the off-road segments. The new additions to the lineup, such as the Velar and Evoque, demonstrate just how much has changed for this manufacturer throughout the decades. The return of the Defender, on the other hand, is Land Rover's way of saying, we haven't forgotten our roots. The iconic squared-off body with modern aesthetics is the right balance of being nostalgic and true to the design of its predecessors, while also not appearing to be old and trying to recapture something that's long gone. The signature daytime running lights and full LED headlights add such a presence to this SUV, and depending on the trim and packages you go with, the road presence translates to a number of different settings, whether it's parked on city streets or wading through deep water. Then as you make your way to the back, the Defender stays true to its heritage, where there's no mistaking it for a crossover pretending to be durable and capable. The rear-mounted tire and tailgate brings the styling of old into a 21st century look. The major difference depending on the powertrain you choose is the quad exhaust that comes equipped on the V8, that we believe brings a different persona than models with the 4 and 6-cylinder engines, as you can't look at this Defender as being strictly one-dimensional, but rather the SUV that will be just as impressive in a straight line as it is when it performs off-road. Part of Land Rover's appeal, besides the fact that this brand attracts influencers and pro athletes, is the premium interiors and driving environments that you may not find elsewhere. For rugged SUVs, the materials used are easier to clean, but at the expense of not being plush or high quality. And the Defender isn't much different in that regard. However, the technology you'll be interacting with on a daily basis is certainly on par with what we've seen from competitors. First off, you have a full digital gauge cluster, which is customizable, where you can display the navigation map, and you can also change the layout to a more traditional look if you so desire. Available is an easy-to-read head-up display with a digital speedometer and traffic sign recognition, so you can focus on the road rather than looking down at screens. Then moving over to the infotainment system, we had the larger 11.4-inch touchscreen on the model we had recently featured, which comes equipped with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto compatibility to go along with onboard navigation and the Meridian sound system. Much like we've seen across the Jaguar Land Rover family of vehicles, this head unit is very tablet-like, making it almost second nature to use the minute you step inside the Defender. From this screen, you can monitor off-road and performance statistics, access climate control settings, and if you forgot how large the Defender is, there's even a menu that shows you its dimensions. Most of the learning curve will come from the controls found beneath the screen, as the dials are home to a number of functions besides setting the interior temperature. They control the heated and ventilated seats, fan speed, and also help you select which drive mode you want to be in. While minimalist in design, the overall interior is quite nice, and even though it may not compare to what we see from Mercedes-Benz or Audi, it's still providing a lot of modern features that buyers will enjoy. There was once a time when a Land Rover Defender would be the expensive, upmarket choice for an adventure vehicle, but the 2020s have proven that isn't quite the case anymore. While likely not seen as direct competitors, the Ford Bronco and Jeep Wrangler, depending on specifications and trim, cost just as much as a brand new Defender. With a price range that spans from $60,000 to $120,000, the Defender is perfectly placed in the market to compete with every off-roader and even luxury crossover, making it versatile as an SUV, not only performance-wise, but as a daily driver as a whole. Of course, the variety of powertrains and packages allows you to customize and build a Defender that suits your lifestyle and what you have planned for it, whether you'll be traversing different types of terrain or staying on the pavement. What this Land Rover brings to the table is the very essence of what this brand is all about. And because other alternatives have gotten more expensive due to car shortages and demand, the Defender has become an enticing option if you're willing to go British for your next SUV. We hope you enjoyed this quick buyer's guide for the Land Rover Defender. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe for more videos like this one. And if you're interested in buying a Defender or any other off-road worthy SUV, make sure to check out our full reviews to help you find your next vehicle. And thanks for watching.